Neighbors, how are you? Nothing, no questions? Yes. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. It's the eighth record, and I feel like I feel like it's really a record I've been trying to chase for a long time. As far as just the very beginning of it, just trying to. I went into it with nothing left over from the last record, just a blank slate, and trying to find some sort of theme to write about, or a sound that excited me, or an idea, and I just. I wrote the song "Black," which kind of got everything started, and I love the idea of that song. I love the kind of the darkness of it, and the fact it was my wife's name, and I had this idea before to do kind of a concept thing, and involved a little bit of like, you know, country themes like deceit and deception, and and it just kind of I started writing a lot of songs and gathering songs from the community that kind of surrounded that song, and when it came time to sequence the record, I felt like I'd made something that really in my head, I'm always thinking about like a vinyl record idea and trying to make something that feels like a complete piece of work. And it just kind of came together. I was at a coffee shop, and I had put down these themes I had in order of like kind of following the ups and downs of this relationship. And this guy kind of matures towards the end, and then I just plugged my songs into those topics. And I was like, it was kind of crazy, and everything else kind of fell in place with like where Elle was and where Marin was on the record, and the two Jerry Douglas dobro solos weren't together, and it was just like everything kind of just is a very weird thing. I know there's a lot of magic I feel like that happened on the record, and but at the same time there's just a lot of work, and then just the whole release week itself should be like documented, like what goes into the 3 weeks that goes into like longer than that really, but the actual 3 weeks on the ground of promoting a record. It was really well put together by everyone I work with, and it was just I don't know, it's been fun. It's been quite a trip. I'm gonna miss it in some ways, but I'm also excited to go back to just touring. It's been a lot.
Dirk, this event was created to give fan club members a chance to maybe get up close and personal with
Yes.
stars.
Yeah.
And you had one of the most exhausting, overwhelming lines of girls, mostly, stretched down Broadway the other day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Your store.
Thanks for coming by.
The power of fans in your career. Obviously, they're customers at point, but just the concept in your head about these people that really care so much about you that they want to stand in line, and they'll stand in line for a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think anyone's ever thought of them as customers. We just look at them as I've never even thought of that. Just as they're fans. I mean, I consider myself a country music fan, so I feel like I can relate in some ways. I mean, I love this music. I love listening to country radio. I love listening to records. There's people I get starstruck being around, so I understand what it's like to be a fan. But it's unbelievable what they do for waiting in line like that. And whenever I'm signing stuff like that, I don't use a chair. I don't sit at a table. I stand up just like they do, and I'll stand for 6 hours as long as they are, and try to be present with everyone I talk to. And it might only be 10 seconds, maybe it's a little longer than that, but I try to get as much out of that interaction as I possibly can, because it's special, man. You never know where you're going to meet and how that person might change your own life. But they're special. I always feel like today is like a day of Thanksgiving for us country singers to go out there and say thank you for being you and having that passion, so we all get to do what we love to do. They're nothing else like them. It's been fun having Elle King introducing her to this audience, because I don't think people that come from outside this genre just don't know what Nashville's like, what y'all are like, what the fans are like, how appreciative they are of people, like Minnie Pearl said, love and they'll love you back. Like that still holds true to today. So it's been fun watching her be around all this, and like I don't think she can believe it, how cool everyone is. What's up, dude?
So I'm wondering, do you still have the DP Congress, your fan club?
Still got them.
Yeah, still got them.
Yeah.
About like how those people moved on with you, because I remember like gosh, forever ago you talked about the last couple.
Yeah.
You just had one in New York.
Yeah, we did something up in New York. We did a songwriters night up in New York with Ashley Gorley and Ross Copperman, Jesse Alexander, and Luke Dick. And I still see them. They come out. The first thing they'll say to me is like, "Oh, I miss seeing you," because we used to hang out after the show or before the show. I used to be so. I feel like I'm still pretty accessible, but we're playing bigger venues, and it's hard to hang out with them as much as I used to. But I still see the same faces I've been seeing for 12 years. Some of them, they've been there from the very beginning. They're still waiting at the Hall of Fame today where I was signing, and I think any good things like Becca was saying that happened to me, like this record, the first thing I think about is them, because they're so excited. They're always pulling for me. They're always saying this or that. You deserve this or that, which whether I do or not isn't really. I don't think about that, but I just know how excited they get when they, someone they've been pulling for a long time, have some good things happen there. It makes me happy for them because they've, gosh, man, they put a lot of their time into my career. It's pretty amazing.